Welcome back to another training video on ProPresenter, and in this video we're going to go through creating an arrangement. So we imported our song, we believe, from Song Select. We added our blank and intro slides and reformatted the intro. And so now we're going to get the song to be ready to present. Okay, so we're going to go up to the top here, and in the top row here, you'll see these icons, and the third one it's kind of three squares, is the arrangements. And if I hover over that, you can see it says arrangements. So I'm going to click on that, make it active, and it brings up our arrangement menu here within the song. And you can see it has the groups, intro, chorus, verse 1, verse 2, etc. The same that we can see down in the slides. And because there are no arrangements, we're viewing the master. So it's the way it was imported, the order it was in that it was imported. And we could drag these around if for some reason the way it was brought in, we know that the verse is first, but we don't need to do that. But in this song, the chorus is first. But we're going to create our first arrangement. And the first arrangement we want to create is the full song. So I'm going to go where it says master, click on that menu, and we're going to do new arrangement. And just by convention, for the full song, we're just calling that full. Okay. And now you can see it has added a second row of groups here. And I want to add a chorus in between each. So I just drag from the groups. It's almost like a menu up here. You drag it and just drag it down into the space between the verses. And there we go. You can see them appear. Now the advantage of this is if there was a typo or we wanted to change the formatting or something in a slide, rather than having to go do that and repeat it multiple times for every chorus, we can just change it once and it will propagate because it's changed it in the kind of data layer, if you will. So that's a great way to add the songs. Okay, and that's why Song Select only imports the chorus once. Now, if there's a chorus kind of in a coda or something like that is a little different, like the words are different, then quite often you'll see a chorus too. Or if Song Select doesn't do that, it doesn't import it the way you want it, you can create a chorus too that maybe it starts with a different word or truncates a word or something like that. Then you can create that and make that a chorus too. Okay, so the other thing we can do with arrangements is reduce the number of verses, or maybe we only want to do the first two verses of a song because we're doing it as a gathering song. Wouldn't necessarily, this is a communion song, but maybe we're doing it at a wedding or something, and we know there aren't as many guests. So I'm going to do another arrangement for this song, and I'm going to call this, I'll call it gathering. Or actually, we want to, again, this isn't going to be used for a gathering, so we'll do short. And we'll just do verse 1 and verse 2. Something like that. Make it clear, like, what's the intent of the arrangement. We'll come up with some conventions as we go along here. But, okay, so it goes back to defaulting to just the master. And so I want to get rid of verse 3 because we're not going to sing that, and add the chorus between those verses. And there we go. Now we have a shortened version of that. Now I want the default, you can see over here in the library, many of these say full next to it because we want people to know, okay, there is an arrangement. So I'm going to change it back to full, close the arrangement, and now that is the default arrangement. So when you bring it into a playlist, that's what it's going to bring it into. You can always, as I showed before, in the playlist or even here in the library, to change the arrangement, you could go into the arrangements and change it there, or if you right-click on the song, you get the sub-menu for arrangement, and you could change it to what you want it to be. Okay? So as I was finishing up this arrangement, I noticed a couple more things we want to do with this song. The first, by convention, we want to add our song macro. Remember, we talked about having the macro is what sets the theme and everything. So we want to drag this song macro. You just drag it and put it on the first slide. Okay, so that macro is there, so that when we click on that slide, it applies the right theme for songs. Okay. The other thing I noticed, one more thing to fix with the song, and that's this ending slide. As I looked at the sheet music, on the last chorus, it goes to the "We Remember" as part of a coda, and then it has "In the Truth of Christ" as almost like a tagline. So we've got a double "We Remember, We Believe," and the formatting of this is a little different. So I want to fix that as well. So I'm going to go in here, click on that slide, click Edit. And so we want to get rid of this "We Remember, We Believe" because we have it in the chorus already. So we don't need this line. And then the formatting of this "and his saving love." I could put in a line break, and that would probably be the simplest thing to do. But I wanted to show you a little trick too, because for the stream, that looks really nice as 2 lines. And so adding a line break kind of breaks that up. But we want to make sure it looks good on the screens as well. So I'm going to go back into edit mode here. And what we can do is this "his" is hanging out a little bit. So I'm going to click on the text box. And I'm just going to cheat this in a little bit until it forces the "his" onto a new line. Okay? And then just scoot this back to center. And so now I have a nice 3-line view for the projectors, but because I didn't add a line break, it's still a 2-line for the stream. Okay, so as I click on that, you can see now we've got nice 3-line, and then but this stayed as 2-line. So that's a little tip on how you can do things to make the slide look the way you want for the projector without affecting the stream. Okay, so that is importing a song from Song Select and doing an arrangement, and we're good to go on the next. In the next video, we're going to look at importing a song from a text file or from copying from a web page. Like if we can't find a text file with the lyrics, but we can find a website that has the lyrics, we can copy that and import. But we'll talk about that in the next video. See you then.